how are you kakak? I hope that you are all fine. Keep healthy always ya. Kakak, do you know who is the first person who has landed on the moon? Who is he or her? Okay. And the second, who is the scientist that explored the solar system and stars? Do you know the answers? Okay, now let's answer it one by one. The first person who has landed on the moon was Neil Armstrong. Who is he? Neil Armstrong. Yeah, Neil Armstrong was a NASA astronaut most famous for being the first person to walk on the moon on July 20th, 1969. And then the second, who's the scientist that explored the solar system and stars? Many scientists have explored the solar system and stars over the years. Although they couldn't reach these faraway places, they could explore them with the help of science and mathematics and tools such as telescopes. Here are a few of them. The first is Claudius Ptolemy, about 85 until 165. He developed a model to predict the movements of the sun, moon, planets, and stars based on the Earth-centered model of the universe. The second is Omar Khayyam, 1048 until 1131. He calculated accurately the number of days in a year. The third is Nicolaus Copernicus, 1473 until 1543. He developed the sun-centered model of the solar system where the planets move around the sun in circular orbits. The fourth is Galileo Galilei, 1564 until 1642. He designed and made his own telescopes. He observed sunspots on the sun, craters and mountains on the moon, fair of Jupiter's moons, Saturn's rings, and the phases of Venus, among others. The fifth is Johannes Kepler, 1571 until 1630. He developed 3 laws regarding the orbits of planets. One of them states that the planet's orbits around the sun are oval and not circular. More about scientists that you need to know are: first is Sir Isaac Newton. Do you know him? He was born in 1643 in England. He is one of the pioneers of astronomy and is largely credited with the discovery of gravity and also the theories of the laws of motion. The second is Albert Einstein. He is one of the world's most famous scientists. He was born in Germany in 1879. He has been one of the most influential people. He discovered the theory of relativity, which is the relationship between matter and energy. The third is Edwin Hubble. He was a famous American astronomer who was born in US in 1889. Hubble discovered that the universe was expanding at an astronomical rate beyond our own galaxy. The discovery is known as Hubble's law. Hubble received his first telescope at the age of 8 and began to discover space for himself. The Hubble Space Telescope. Do you ever hear that? The Hubble Space Telescope is a large telescope orbiting the Earth. It has helped us make many observations and discoveries about space, such as distant planets, moons, stars, and galaxies. It has also helped astronomers find out how old the universe is. Now, do you know the technologies that used to explore the universe? Yes. What are they? Okay. The universe can be explored by astronomical instruments called telescopes and by space probes sent from the Earth to the other planets. When using telescopes, astronomers try to look at the energy being produced by the universe, not just in the visible part of the spectrum, where our eyes can see, but at the whole range of electromagnetic radiation. We thus have radio telescopes, infrared telescopes, X-ray telescopes, and even sound telescopes that are buried deep underground looking for neutrinos. Most of them telescopes are set in mountains, or they can reach more. A space probe is an unpiloted, unmanned device sent to explore space and gather scientific information. A space probe is launched from Earth with a set of scientific instruments and tools used to study the atmosphere and composition of space and other planets, moons, or celestial bodies. A probe may operate far out in space, or it may orbit or land on a planet or a moon. It may bring samples and data back to Earth. Most probes transmit data from space by radio. And then a space station, also known as an orbital station or an orbital space station, is a spacecraft capable of supporting a human crew in orbit for an extended period of time that lacks major propulsion or landing system. Astronauts and scientists from various countries take turns to live and work there. They use the space station as a base to carry out research and experiments on space and other sciences. And the last is the most or the very popular technologies that we use usually. That is rocket. What is rocket? The rocket provides the necessary energy for human space travel, which began in 1961. In 1969, the rockets carried astronauts in the first landing on the moon. In 1981, the rocket carried the first space shuttle to orbit around the Earth. In the future, rockets can carry humans to Mars and other planets. Rockets rockets are now used for fireworks, weaponry, ejection seats, launch vehicles for artificial satellites, human space flight, and space exploration. So, you all know about the technologies and the scientists, right? Okay, now for your work, please do worksheet that I have already written it in your Edmodo in e-learning, okay? Thank you very much for your kind attention and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.